Hello everyone, my name is Braden Ritter, and I will be presenting my research poster titled LifePaths, a suicide prevention and mental health literacy board game. So, what is this game about? A general overview is that LifePaths is an innovative and evidence-based board game designed to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health challenges, particularly suicide, while fostering awareness and empathy through interactive gameplay and educating via real-world resources. So in the game, we'll have players progress through 6 life stages. We have early childhood, late childhood, adolescence, early adulthood, middle adulthood, and late adulthood. And through each of these stages, players are going to encounter real-world events that may actually occur to people in these age groups. These include positive milestones, as well as risk factors and warning signs of mental health challenges. So the game incorporates community and toolkit spaces represented by little icons. The community space is a yellow icon with a silhouette of some people on it, and the toolkit space is the icon of a little green toolkit. And when players land on these spaces, we're really trying to teach them about coping strategies, mindfulness techniques, and real-world resources such as helplines. LifePaths also emphasizes social connection and peer support by encouraging people to play together. We feel that this game is best enjoyed in a group because not only are you going to experience these life stages, but you're also going to watch everyone around you experience similar life stages. And some of you are probably going to get some really good cards in life and head down the easy path. And some of you are going to get some really trying and difficult cards that are going to make you head down the more challenging path in life. And that's really what we try to incorporate into the design of the board game. And as we progress through these life stages, we have the opportunity to develop strategies and tools and learn about resources that we can use to help ourselves through a challenging time, as well as learn about ways that we can help others that are going through a challenging time. And this is really where the collaborative approach to this game comes in. Because if we have a friend that's going through a life stage, say, and they're really experiencing some hardship, there's been some loss in the family, maybe a loss of a job, although we can't directly take away everything that they're feeling, we can be there to support them and to show them what resources are available, and maybe to even just connect about a hard time that we've had. And that's really where this game takes off, because you're allowed to play cards on other people. In doing so, you're both going to advance down the game board, and based on feedback that we've had, people just think that it's a really interesting and almost intuitive way to go about these challenges, because you learn about them in a context that's related to what you might actually experience. So when we think about the key points and findings of this project, it's not so much the traditional statistics and causal mechanisms that we're really focusing on, but rather, right now at least, how do people feel when they're playing this game, and more generally, what goes into developing a resource of this nature. And on the other side of things, it's how do we bring together all of this pedagogical theory as well as all of these real-world case studies into a way that's not only bringing the two sides together, but doing so in a way that's entertaining to play and has replayability. And these are things that we don't typically think about when we're designing mental health resources, right? It's usually more of a traditional approach, and it's here are the facts, here's what the evidence says you can do about them, now go try it for yourself. And that obviously has a lot of merit, and that was a big consideration into developing all of the resources for this game. But we didn't want it to be so much, okay, here are these two sides, now you connect the dots. We wanted it to be, as you're playing through the game, you're seeing these hardships that your player is experiencing or those around you. And at the same time, you're learning real time how using, a breathing technique might give you some reprieve even for a moment. What's next for this project is understanding how people actually respond to it. The grant that we received for this project was simply to design a board game. And me having more of that research background, I want to understand, okay, how is our board game actually stacking up compared to the more traditional techniques? And Unfortunately, given the constraints of this project, we didn't have the opportunity to do that. So I think that that is the next logical step. When asked to explain why this work matters, I don't really see that there is one correct answer. There's a lot of people that are struggling, and there's also a lot of people that aren't. And I think that that's something that we also sometimes lose sight of, as we see the stats of people that are experiencing these challenges, and we forget that there's people that, not that they have never experienced these challenges, but that they aren't right now. And I think that that's what's so important about this collaborative approach. Lots of the research that we were doing in the literature review is saying that, the best sort of way around mental health challenges and suicidal thoughts and ideation is community. And finding your community is really what's so important, and can kind of, give this big boost in self-esteem and just confidence and everything. And this is not quoting anyone directly, but just the overall themes, I guess, that we're seeing. And I think that's why this work is so important, is that we're really trying to educate but bring people together as we're doing that. And one of the things that really, made me want to undertake this project was when I was reviewing the data from the National College Health Assessment, the NCHA, and found general trends that our students do not feel that their campus climate encourages open discussions about mental health and well-being. They reported indicators of loneliness, and most concerningly, about 1/3 of students nationwide screened positive on the suicide behavior questionnaire, the revised questionnaire. And I think that even just having a game like this that brings us together and discusses these really hard concepts is taking that step towards reducing the stigma surrounding mental health generally, as well as suicide and substance use recovery. And we could go on about all of the challenges that not only our students, but people that have graduated, people that have never gone to college, people generally are experiencing. And I think that that's why this work really matters the most, is we're trying a different approach to educating and to giving people some hope. Thank you.